I must say, it's a difficult profession to practice. Law is the easiest course to pass, but the most difficult profession to practice.
Introducing you to our guest for today, Mr. Vivek Sood, who is not just a name, but a force of inspiration and innovation for everyone in the legal profession. He is a senior advocate at the Supreme Court of India, a prolific author, a speaker at numerous public platforms, and so much more. With a career spanning over 3 decades, Mr. Sood has consistently demonstrated unwavering dedication towards the development of law. In today's episode, we will learn a lot about his early career life, the challenges he faced, the opportunities that are available for a career in law, and so much more. So make sure to stay tuned till the end so that you can gain in-depth insights about a career in law. So welcome, sir. And before we move into some of the intriguing questions about a career in law, can you please give us a brief about your life, your hobbies, your books?
I come from a family of lawyers. My grandfather was a very well-known lawyer in Lahore. And after partition, he practiced in Punjab. And then my father was one of the leading income tax lawyers in Ludhiana, Punjab, Chandigarh. He would frequently come to the Punjab Haryana High Court. So therefore, in a way, I'm a third generation lawyer. But there is a bit of a paradox. Since my grandfather practiced in Lahore, my father practiced in Punjab, and I've been practicing in Delhi. So, on paper, I am a third generation lawyer, but realistically, I think I'm a first generation lawyer. So there's a paradox over there. We grew up in a very, very happy household. I have 2 siblings, my 2 sisters. Our parents gave a lot of emphasis to education. So I was sent to Mayo College, Ajmer. I did my schooling from Mayo College. Then I did my graduation and my law from Campus Law Center. My younger sister, she went to Shri Ram College of Commerce. She did her MBA from XLRI, Jamshedpur. My youngest sister, she did architecture. And then she did, a course on photography, cinematography from the Film Institute, Pune. So, education was given a lot of emphasis in our home. And we had a lot of freedom. We had the freedom to choose our spouses. We had all the freedom of speech and expression at home. We could freely express ourselves. And then now it's been a long journey in the profession. I have been writing books since I think about 20 years now. And my 7th book was recently released, Chaff and Grain. It's a passion. Apart from the legal profession, if I find a good topic to write on, then the journey begins, and every book has been a very interesting journey. Hobbies. I think writing has been a hobby. Music. I read a lot. I love reading. And of late, I have developed a new hobby. I am picking up some nice quotes on constitutional issues, on legal issues, on other issues. So I'm making a collection of interesting, fascinating quotes. So, these are some of my hobbies, and this is how my life has been till now. It's been a very interesting, fascinating journey.
Wonderful, sir. Now, since you already mentioned about your book that has just come out, so if you could tell us about the uniqueness of this book, and it also talks about the...
So first of all my books are pioneering works in the subjects I've written on. I don't like to repeat, or I don't like to write on issues that have been written about. So every work of mine is creative. It is a pioneering work. Chaff and Grain is very close to my heart. I feel it is my best book till date. It is a critique of the Indian criminal justice system. Now, criminal justice system has never been written about. So, it is unique because it also has my brush with criminal justice system over 3 decades of the legal profession. So it carries my experiences, my observations, and it is a hard-hitting critique of the Indian criminal justice system. I have made out a case for reforms, and I have also identified the pandemic ills, that are there in the criminal justice system. It is written in a very simple format. It is free of heavy legal technical jargon. It is a readable book, and it was a very challenging book to write. So I think the readers would be the best judges of the work. But I found the work to be unique in its own way.
Right. Now, sir, also, now you have been in this profession for over 3 decades now. And I've also seen that your posts are very, engaging on LinkedIn. And so, what would be your advice, for the young lawyers or the young students about networking? Like, why is it so important?
Ages you to fight a litigation. You can't be a successful lawyer. So therefore, networking is an integral part of the legal profession. You may have the best understanding of law, but unless the client community reposes that confidence in you and brings a case on your table, what will you do with that theoretical knowledge?
Correct.
So networking plays a very important role in the legal profession. And I have also talked about it on LinkedIn through some of my posts. I feel young lawyers should network, first of all, within the fraternity, within the legal fraternity. You must have associates, you must have friends, lawyers who are practicing in different courts, in different forums, in different parts of the country. Well, a lot of legal work, a lot of litigation is generated through reference.
Correct.
You get referred by your colleagues. So that's one part. And then you should be, active on the social networks from where the litigation arises. After all, the litigant community or the client, the litigant must know about you. So the social media is an important forum. Then you can write articles, you can write papers, you can write pieces for newspapers on legal issues. You can participate in discussions, seminars, talk shows. So these are some of the ways of networking. And I feel it is a very important arena of the legal profession today.
Right. And talking about the legal profession, so there are, so many challenges that young lawyers also face in their day-to-day lives or in the profession itself. So if you could tell us how to find a solution to it and how can they work towards, solving those challenges that they face.
I must say that the challenges today for a young lawyer are far lesser than what they were, in the past when I started off, or they were even tougher, for the generation prior to my generation. Today you have the law firm culture that is there. You have a lot of corporate jobs that have come into existence. So therefore, the challenges, it's better. I think it's the best time to be a lawyer today. Having said that, there are challenges. One of the major challenges which I can see is the flood of lawyers in the system. There's a glut. Too many lawyers are coming into the system every year. So, but still, if you're good, if you're hardworking, if you network appropriately, if you're socially amiable, if you are a good communicator, you will make it in spite of all the challenges. I think one challenge that young lawyers face today, they perhaps want success, too quickly. The patience is missing, or the perseverance is missing. And therefore, a young lawyer could be frustrated, in a few years for not being able to make it to a level that he dreams of. So I would feel that young lawyers should be persevering, they should be patient, and they should focus their energies on building a practice, build up a quantum practice, and from the quantum practice comes value. So, these are some of the challenges which lawyers face. Every generation of lawyers will have their own challenges, So that's how the journey is.
Any hard challenge that you faced, and how did you find a solution to it?
I think the most difficult challenge which I have faced, and which I sometimes face even today, although there's a lot more acceptance as you mature into the legal profession.
Correct.
Whenever I found that an innocent man was not being granted bail by the court, or when I find that an innocent man has been arrested, or if I find that an innocent man has been convicted in a criminal case, I somehow feel very disturbed about it. Although after 3 decades into the profession, you accept the reality and you face this challenge that false convictions will happen. Unjustified denial of bail will happen. But you have to fight through the courts, through the legal system. Within the parameters of the legal system, you have to fight for the litigant, fight for the accused. But whenever I find that innocent men languish in jail for long years, that somehow disturbs me. I'm very conscious of Article 21, and I'm very conscious of liberty. I feel liberty is sacrosanct. If a man is kept in jail unjustifiably, it is a very, I would say, it's a predicament, or it's tragic for the society. So for me, liberty, when liberty is taken away unjustifiably, I feel very, very disturbed about it. And that's the hardest challenge which I face even today.
Okay, so one last question that if there's any message for the young lawyers out there who look at a career in law.
Career in law is fascinating. It has money. Today it has money. Earlier it never had money. Today it has money. And it is fascinating in terms of creativity. You can get your creativity in play. Legal interpretation is a very creative aspect of law practice. It is challenging, fighting for a cause, fighting for a litigant against a formidable opponent is a challenge by itself. So the profession is challenging. The profession is very interesting. The profession today has money. It has so many opportunities. And then the profession gives you freedom of speech and expression. You can express yourself freely. You can air your views. You can talk about so many issues. And then lawyers make very good politicians. So lawyers and leaders, being in the profession and becoming a leader tomorrow, that's a very interesting journey. You have Mr. Kapil Sibal, or you have Mr. Chidambaram, and you have so many stalwart lawyers who have made fantastic leaders of our times and in the past. So all in all, law is a fascinating profession, and therefore I would recommend this profession to the younger generation. Yes, I must say it's a difficult profession to practice. Law is the easiest course to pass, but the most difficult profession to practice. But nevertheless, it is challenging and fascinating.
Thank you so much for this lovely message for all the law students, sir. I'm sure it's going to help them a lot.
Thank you very much.
And we also wish you all the best for all your future endeavors, and we really look forward to reading.
Thank you very much for bringing me on this platform.
Thank you so much, sir. you.